If your husband makes you mad, I guess blow up his house? That's what Mary Queen of Scots maybe did. Was she smart or was she dumb? She was interesting. Welcome back to Royalty Speedrun. Mary Queen of Scots was a cousin, contemporary, and rival of Elizabeth I, related to the Tudors through her grandmother, Margaret Tudor. She was Queen of the Scots at 6 days old. And though she is associated with Scotland, she grew up in France, going there when she was 5 days old to live with her future husband's family, who turns into Francis II. And this is because Henry VIII over in England kept attacking Scotland, trying to get them to marry her to his son Edward. As a teenager, she marries her husband, and a little while later, she becomes Queen of France. But her husband, who was never super healthy, dies a year or a half or so into his reign, and she is now a teenage widow, ready to go back to Scotland. At this point, Elizabeth I is on the throne of England, and Mary made her mad once again. It's a pattern, because Mary expressed her claim to the English throne. Once she's back in Scotland, Mary marries once more to Henry Stuart Lord Darnley, who's her first half cousin, and he was supposed to be really good looking, but no one liked him very much. Not a good marriage. Mary was Catholic, but while she had been gone, her country had turned Protestant. So there's a lot of rebellions going on against Mary. Her husband joined in on these. It's kind of messy, but eventually her and her team decided they have to deal with the Darnley problem. Also, she had one child with him who turns into James VI of Scotland. So her husband is sick, maybe of syphilis, and he's in a house, and suddenly this house blows up. His body is found out outside, but he didn't die from the explosion. He seemed to die from being strangled or something similar. So it seems like he was targeted, and many people think that she was involved, or her team was. So maybe she was involved in the planning directly, or she kind of I don't know what's happening, but she knew what was happening. Maybe. This leads to more rebellions. She's forced to abdicate. Now her little baby son is the king, and she escapes to England, thinking her cousin Elizabeth is going to protect her. But that doesn't happen. Lord Darnley was a citizen of England, and so Elizabeth locks Mary up for 16 years. Now she's in jail, but she's in Queen jail, so it's nicer. But she's still a threat to Elizabeth, even behind bars, because someone could use Mary as a figurehead to raise a rebellion and get rid of Elizabeth. So eventually, she's executed. And I think this is the first time that a queen regnant, or I guess a previous queen regnant, was executed. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Now, Elizabeth was the virgin queen. She never married, didn't have any kids. So she eventually names Mary's son James as her heir, and that turns into James I of England.